Good morning, everyone. It's almost Thanksgiving, and guess what I'm doing? I'm in the kitchen. My lighting isn't the greatest, but I'm going to try and show you one of my salads that I make every holiday, and my whole family, to include the children in the family, all love this. And basically, it's a raw cranberry salad. As you can see, there's raw cranberries in there. And this is the recipe. Hopefully you can read my writing, but that's the recipe. Now, I do not add nuts because my daughter is very allergic to nuts, and we just don't put nuts in any of our holiday foods if we're sharing it with her. She does like food, we all do, so we want to make sure we can all enjoy it. So the recipe calls for 1 cup of cranberries, and I'm going to gently chop them. I'm not going to make them into like a puree. I'm just going to chop them up a little bit with the S-blade in my food processor. I had to pick up a used food processor because when we decided to go off grid, I got rid of just about every electric appliance I owned. So I had to repurchase, and because I don't use it very often, I got this old one at a resale store for like $5. I only use it like twice a year, so it's going to also take 2 apples, 1 orange and the zest of an orange, a 1/4 cup of honey, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I'm going to use Himalayan salt, some cinnamon, and that's a 1/4 teaspoon cinnamon or pumpkin pie spice, but I decided I'm going to add cinnamon and allspice. And that's pretty much the recipe. And basically you chop your fruits and your orange, and you zest your orange, you chop your apples to the size that you feel comfortable with for your family. If you're feeding small children, then you want the bites to be a little smaller. Adults, you might want them a little bigger. The honey will make sure the children are eating it, as well as the cinnamon. So the first step is to chop these. Okay, as you can see, my cranberries are chopped up into nice little pieces. There are still some whole cranberries in there, or close to whole, but that's okay. You don't need them to be absolutely tiny pieces. I like to be able to taste cranberry when I take a bite. I'm going to move on to the apples next. Okay, my apples are chunked, as you can see. Those are big pieces. I'm going to break them down in the food processor. Okay, you can see my apple pieces, how much smaller they are. So, like I said, it'll be easy for children, adults. Everybody will be able to handle this salad. Now, these were sweet apples. I used Honeycrisp because my local Costco had Honeycrisp early this month when I went grocery shopping, and I love them things. So I thought, a sweet apple, this is perfect for this recipe. So we're going to see how it goes. Next, I'm going to work on the orange. I'm not real happy with the oranges I bought, but unfortunately, it's what I have. I'm going to have to work with it. I have to see if I can find my zester for this, or at least a grater of some type to grate some of the orange peels into here, and then the actual orange goes in as well. Okay, guys, if you can see that orange in there, that's the zest of the orange. About a tablespoon altogether. You can see it sprinkled throughout. Then on top of that are the 3 medjool dates that the recipe calls for. Now, the only thing left to add is the honey, the cinnamon, the salt. So I'm going to get all that in here, and then we're going to mix it up and see what it looks like. Okay, guys, all the seasonings are in, and now I'm just going to give this a little mix. It looks like I might need to make a second batch because this didn't make a whole lot. Basically, there's 2 apples and cranberries, and the rest is seasoning and flavoring. I don't think that's enough for 5 people, so I'm going to have to make a second batch. Okay, guys, final result. Fresh, raw, all natural cranberry salad. I'm going to tell you guys this will go really great with your turkeys, your hams, even chicken if you're doing chicken for the holidays. If you add cranberry to any meals at all, cranberry sauce, this is a really great add to that mix as well. Now, I only made, it's probably a 1.5 quart container, but it's only a side dish. But I can tell you the flavors blended really, really well. I had Jim taste it and he said the exact same thing. The flavors blended really well. Nothing is overwhelming, to include the cranberries. The cranberries go really well with apples and pears and celery. So that's something to keep in mind if you want to create your own cranberry salad. Now this salad comes from a raw food site because Jim and I actually went 75% raw right after we got married and we went vegan because our health was declining and we had a lot of blood pressure issues, weight issues, and I'm telling you what, this was one of the best recipes I found going raw. Alright guys, hope you enjoy the recipe. Enjoy your Thanksgiving and may God bless you and keep you. Bye-bye.